Q&A time. So I'm gonna read off your questions and hopefully yours is answered. Okay, so first question comes from Christine and she writes, how did you guys both come from San Diego and both end up in Washington and going to the same high school? Benji and I both lived in San Diego. We didn't know each other at the time. We're both military brats. So our fathers were in the Navy and he was in another, like really close to where I lived, but I didn't know him. So I lived in National City, which is like southern, like super southern San Diego. And he lived in Spring Valley, which is also around the same area. It was like around the area where that two-story McDonald's is. It just so happened that our fathers retired in Washington and that's how we met. Next question is from Sam and Nia and they ask, what was the toughest part about going from one child to three? The hardest part was dividing the attention between the kids because, well, first of all, it's hard for twins in general because there's two of them and you don't want to favor one more than the other. I love them equally. I give them both the same attention. But the hardest part was not having as much quality time with Juliana. And even before the twins were born, like that was my biggest fear. Like her feeling neglected, and thankfully she wasn't because we have such a loving and supportive, tight-knit family. So Juliana got the attention and Benji spent a lot of time with her because he didn't want her to feel like she was like the third wheel or feel like she was being replaced. I think that was the hardest part, adjusting to that. But thankfully it was just temporary, at least for me, because all the girls get along really well. They're starting to play together now, which is like the most rewarding thing to a mom, I think, is when your children get along and they're playing together. And I mean, they're still young, but I don't know, it's nice to see that. Okay, Esther Park asked, do you believe twins skip a generation? Do y'all have twins in your extended family? Twins are hereditary from what I've heard if they are fraternal. So that means that two eggs are fertilized, but in my case, Mia and Kira are identical. So one egg was fertilized and it splits into two. It just happens by chance. So it doesn't matter if it's hereditary or not, it's just by chance. But there are twins in our family. Benji's grandmother's mom, Benji's great-grandmother is a twin. Carolyn asked, do you regret not pursuing a career using your college education? I got my degree in psychology at the University of Washington. Originally, I went in for business marketing, but after taking a few of the required classes, I was like, that's not for me. So psychology was actually an elective and I ended up falling in love with it. What's awesome about psychology is that you can use it in everyday life. And so I feel like it wasn't wasted. I love it. You could relate and understand people a lot better because of what I learned from psychology. And even to this day, my career or my life goal was to be a stay-at-home mom. And I know it sounds weird, like a lot of people feel like that's not really a job, but I love being able to work at home and be with my kids and to be able to raise my kids. And in a way, I still feel like a stay-at-home mom. Maybe a work-at-home mom, but it is the most rewarding job ever. So I really like it and I don't have any regrets at all. Vina May asks, underrated YouTubers. I need more people to watch. Vina May comments a lot in my videos and I really do appreciate it. But underrated YouTubers. I have two. This is four. Number one, Happy Slip. Happy Slip is my all-time favorite. She is a YouTube original, and I kid you not, she was probably like one of the very first YouTubers on YouTube. She's starting to do videos more, but she is hilarious, especially if you're into like Filipino American comedy. She is the place to go. And as for vloggers, Sam and Nia, they are my favorite daily vloggers right now. I watch them. I don't watch vlogs every day anymore because I don't have the time, but whenever I'm doing my makeup, like today, I watch them And they're just an inspiring family. They're real. They talk about real life situations. They have the most beautiful kids. And they just seem really sweet and happy and genuinely good people. Jelly asks, when will you have your next meetup? For sure, we will do a meetup in Generation Beauty. I don't know which day or when, but we are for sure going to LA for Generation Beauty. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a meetup there. I don't have the exact schedule, but once I do, I will let you know, at least in our daily vlogs or on Facebook. Manesha asks, will you ever move house if you have more kids? Yes. Jessie asks, if you can have one makeup item, what would it be? On lazy days when I don't have time to do my makeup, I'll quickly put on brows, put a little bit of mascara, and I have to put a bold lipstick. Something bright and bold will really make you look made up even though you didn't put as much effort into it. But yeah, lipstick. Either a red lipstick or a deep like berry lipstick. Amaya asked, what is your favorite memory as a child? I had a really good childhood and it's hard to pinpoint just one. How can I do this without I get so freaking emotional. Like the love I got from my family. Why am I crying? I'm trying to think of one. I have to say it would be driving to LA to go to Disneyland with my family. We would wake up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, drive to LA, and that was like a 2.5, 3-hour drive. And my parents would have it all set up. So like we had all the food in the back of the car. There was a rice cooker, there were sandwiches, there were boiled eggs inside of the rice cooker. Usually like adobo or beefsteak. I remember going to Disneyland right when they opened. And during lunch, we would exit the park and eat in the back of the van because food was so expensive at Disneyland. And it was so fun for my sister and I think that was like one of my favorite childhood memories. But anyways, thank you so much for your questions. I feel like a lot of my viewers already know me from the daily vlogs, but this kind of goes into depth. If you like these kind of videos, thumbs up, and maybe I'll do Q&As a little more often if you guys enjoy these. I'll catch you guys in our daily vlogs. It's Judy's Life. And also check out my mommy channel, It's Mommy's Life. I usually post little snippets of the babies or mommy related things. Alright guys, I'll catch you guys later. Bye! Marissa asks, what's your first impressions of each other? So how we met, my sister dated one of his really good friends. And this was like back when I was in junior high or something. Yeah. My first impression of Benji was that he was this really cute kid. Like, not as in like